listeners, watchers,
viewers.
Sounds better. Welcome back to the Reality Club. We are back with our last episode of the Traitors USA to chat about the finale and the reunion.
Yes.
And all I could say is thank goodness this season is over.
Yeah, finale, season 4 recap. I as well am happy that the season is over.
It felt quite long.
It felt like a long season.
Yep.
And I think that's just because it was predictable from the beginning. So, but we'll get into it. Lots to talk about. We have our final roundtable. We have the Fire of Truth. And we have, of course, the reunion.
Yes.
But I kind of just want to talk about, like, the season as a whole for a little bit at the beginning. Because I was writing some notes throughout the week of reasons why I feel like this season wasn't my favorite.
Wasn't good.
No, it's not that it wasn't good. It's not that it wasn't good. Like, Traitors, it's hard to be a bad show. I just feel like it, out of all the seasons I've watched, which is the 4 US, and I've watched a Canada and a UK version of the 6 seasons I've watched, this has been like my least favorite, personally. Not just from the gameplay, I should say.
Okay, that's fair. We've definitely seen more interesting gameplay in past seasons.
Yes.
So don't come at us for that. It's just the truth.
Yeah, I mean, if this is your first season watching Traitors, I could, like, I'm sure it was amazing for you. But I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite. Don't come for me.
And that's okay. That's okay. We have an opinion.
Okay. These were my
Okay.
pre-show thoughts.
Okay.
The show really let us down, but by not showing us one single challenge with Rob having a snake on him. Why did we not have our snake wrangler in a challenge that they wrapped a snake around his neck? They did that last
Around
season.
his neck.
They did that
That's
last
crazy.
season.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. There was the challenge.
Oh, there was the one where, like, this was when Tom Sandoval was still around. I don't know why
Yes.
he's the only one I remember from this episode. But
Season
then they got
3.
like, cockroaches dumped on them or
Yeah,
some
season
kind of bug.
3. I think when there was like 6 people left, like maybe the one before the finale.
That's true.
They had a
I love
a
a bug
challenge
challenge.
with
I
bugs and snakes and
Yeah.
reptiles. I guess a snake is a reptile.
I think it's because other than Rob, not a single other person in the group probably had that in their contract to do.
I know, but like the guy's a
Did you
snake
see Johnny
wrangler.
with some bugs on him and a snake? Absolutely not. Tara, Maura, no.
Johnny's still searching for skulls in the forest. So.
Yes. No, good thought though. Good
Yeah,
thought.
that was one of my thoughts. Overall, like in the challenges field, challenges need to be better. I saw a few comments of people, not on our podcast, but just out in the world, about how the challenges are boring and they need to be removed. I was like, removed? It's a reality competition show. We need a challenge in the reality competition show. But I do agree the challenges, like I've said this in probably every single episode, were so boring this year. This one in the finale was definitely the most interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no bugs, no coffins underground.
And underground. Even like eating weird foods. Like that
Yeah.
would have been I love watching that
Yeah,
shit.
the challenges were just this is why we need the real people. We've said this before.
I feel like they made it too easy for them this season.
Yeah. Pick up some rocks and walk up a hill.
Yeah, well they did. Well, some of them did.
Why can everybody spell this season?
Oh, I did see that one.
We
That's
didn't get
Well, we had some easy names.
yeah.
I'll
I
give
mean
them
if
that.
you yeah, true. I
Tara,
guess Lisa
Rob, like 2-syllable names, one like
next season we need a cast of people with extremely complicated names just so that we can get the misspelling
I
at
always
the round
wondered
table.
that. Like, do they get like a list of names at the beginning so they know how to spell each name? Or I guess you just have to be able to do it yourself.
Yeah, from what I've heard, they have like the photos of everybody in the room with their names. So
They do. Okay.
So there is an excuse really to spell their names wrong, but
just if they want to be salty.
but I mean that's like part of the Traitors culture.
Yeah.
Like we're missing it. And then yeah, it's kind of I guess my only pre-show thoughts of like the whole season.
Okay, no, those are good.
Anything from your end?
Absolutely not. I hate to say it. I'm okay with a Traitors break now.
Yeah, I mean,
I have no hate against the season,
Yeah.
but this season just didn't do it for me. And like, yes, we watched it. It was great. It was something we had to finish, but like, I'm glad it's over.
I think it was tough because I watched within, like, obviously this started what, mid-January?
Yeah.
End of January? Mid-January. Anyway, mid-January.
Yeah.
So it's been like 6,
Yeah.
7 weeks. 7, I don't know. My math is off. What day are
That
we
checks
on?
out. It was like January. We'll say January.
In January. Since this season started, I did watch 2 different seasons. I binged 2 seasons.
Well, and right before this season, I watched season 2, and season
Right.
2 was a really good season.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to live up to.
Lots to live up to, yeah.
But it's fine.
It's fine.
I think you were right by saying it was just a really predictable season,
Yes.
and I think that's the only reason why it was kind of like frustrating.
I think if you've listened to our recaps of other shows, you know that me and Lauren hate a predictable ending. I just hate a predictable ending. That's all. And I will, like, kind of going into this episode of the finale, I will give credit to the production team and the editing team because they worked so hard to try to make this finale seem like there could be an alternate ending.
Yep.
They put in the work
They did.
to make it
And it
seem...
gave me slight hope. At the beginning of the last couple episodes, like for the last couple weeks, I had a little inch of hope that maybe things could end differently.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the episode, I was like, nope.
No, yeah.
Nope.
They
You gave me hope
really
for nothing.
They really did their magic touch of trying to make it seem like there was a chance faithfuls would pull through or whatever the case may be. They did a great job. I have to give them credit because I went fully into this episode knowing Rob was going to win. I think everybody did.
Yep.
And there was moments where I was like, I was stressed. I was like, are they fooling us right now? Have they fooled us this whole
Oh
season?
my god, the first 5 minutes of this episode, I was like, is Mora gonna take the crown? Is she gonna end this on her own? Like, after all this time, she's gonna come out at the top at the end. I fully thought that. I was like, you know what? They've been fooling us.
Yeah, I thought they really pulled one over on us, but I wanted to, again, just because I don't like a predictable ending.
We love a plot twist.
We love a plot twist. I read mystery books. I love a plot twist.
I just always expect it now. So then when I don't see it, it's disappointing.
I'm like, oh, yeah, it's like one of those books that you really love the whole time, and then it ends exactly how you thought it was.
Yep.
Or worse.
Usually. Yep.
But yes, we start the episode. Let's just start from the beginning. There's a lot of stuff happened.
Lots to unpack.
Kind of. Lots to unpack. We start off where we ended last episode with the murder in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
With the coffin. I guess the one coffin we got this season. Or like coffin someone's in, I should say.
Yep.
With the ring of fire. You know what? If they can't go underground, at least they gave us some fire.
You're right. We got something.
And they were trying to make it seem like Mora was going to be the one to get murdered, but this is not our first rodeo. We knew it wasn't going to be Mora.
I can't even remember who we predicted after the last episode, though.
I think we said Mark or Johnny.
Yeah.
Which it was Mark.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it would have been any different of an ending.
No.
If Johnny went,
no.
if Tara went, like,
No.
it was all going to end the same way. But I still was kind of slightly surprised that it was Mark, because it did really seem like they wanted to break Tara and Johnny up.
Yeah.
And then when Rob mentioned sending Mora home to kind of like throw off their alliance, that also was like, could that happen?
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
No, they needed Mora.
Well, of course, Mora was literally the queen
Mora
in Rob's
actually made me
in
so
Rob's chessboard.
angry this episode.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But yeah, so they send Mark home. I'm not surprised. Like, at first I was like, why would you not want to break up Johnny and Tara? They're like, clearly they're one person, they're one vote, but they were probably thinking we can convince Mora that they're traitors together.
Well, because
they needed two.
They knew Mark wasn't going to be a traitor.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone was pretty sure he was a strong faithful.
Right.
And Tara and Mora kind of also had that alliance together.
Yeah.
So honestly, the gameplay at that point was really good. It did make a lot of sense.
Yeah, no,
So
I
I'll give
agree.
them that.
No, I agree. I think that was the right move. It was really Rob's game to lose. Like, as long as he didn't literally reveal himself as a traitor, he was gonna win. Unless he went up to Mora and said, Mora, I'm so sorry I'm a traitor. she probably still would have brought him to the end.
Yep. She'd be like, no, you're not. Or it'd be like, am I the traitor?
No, literally, Mora's like, we've been traitors the whole time? I didn't know.
Mora, we love you.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, Mark gets murdered. We get the clip of Johnny saying that he thinks the traitors are Eric and Rob. So this was interesting because we're going into this finale with people knowing who the traitors are. It's not like, oh, we don't know, we're not sure. Half the castle believes the traitors are Rob and Eric, which they are.
Yep.
So it's an interesting kind of, because I feel like going into the finales, I haven't really seen people be sure of who the traitors are.
Yeah.
Right? They're very like, I think it could be them, maybe this person. So like, I was like, interesting. Like, they figured it out. It's just a matter of,
they did.
Like, can they execute on it or not? But
it took them.
Unfortunately, they could not because Mora is loyal.
That's a nice way of saying it.
She's just a loyal girl.
She's a loyal girl, she is.
But yeah, the breakfast, we see, I guess, Eric, Mora, and Rob together first. And I'm like, that's the trio. That's our final three. Tara and Johnny walk in, and I'm like, there's just this mass divide between the group.
Yep.
It's
you
Rob and
felt it
Eric,
from the beginning.
Tara and Johnny, and then Mora in the middle.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, though, that Mora had a relationship like that with Tara.
I didn't either. I kind of think it happened last episode.
You think?
To me, that's, I feel like, when we saw it a little more maybe developing.
Right.
But they seem like they were, like, BFFs this
this episode, it was like, we've been best friends this whole time. We trust each other. And I was like, oh,
alliances.
I had no idea.
Faithfuls to the end. No, I know. That was kind of interesting.
And we do get Mora saying, I'll never turn on you, Tara, at the beginning of the episode.
Mora said a lot of things.
But yeah, they split after breakfast, and it's like, again, the obvious divide. Johnny and Tara's only hope, obviously, is to flip Mora. She's the only one they don't think is a faithful or a traitor. But yeah, Mora kind of fooled me a little bit. Mora is really good at lying.
She is.
She would have been a great traitor.
But I also feel like I know, like, her and Rob were, like, allianced up pretty well, but it kind of felt like whoever she was with, she was, like, telling them that she's on their team.
Totally. I mean, I guess that's the game.
I guess it is too, but, like, I feel like that's what confused me with her the whole time, and that's what gave me, like, a little ounce of hope that, like, she could be the one that changes this whole game.
See,
and she literally could have been that person to change the complete ending of what happened.
The thing is, I don't think no matter what happened, the ending would have changed, because my only thing going into this episode was like, I just want there to be something I don't expect. Like, it doesn't have, like, I knew Rob was gonna win. Rob and Mora 1000% were always making it to the end. Mora was never betraying Rob. Mora trusts Rob with her life, or trusted. And so I knew, like, that was gonna be our final two. I just didn't know how it was gonna get there. I didn't know what the dynamic of, like, the final fire pit was gonna be. Yeah. So I was just hoping we'd get, like, a little twist. I was like, maybe Tara and Johnny will, like, flip Mora on Eric, and then it'll be like Johnny and Tara versus Mora and Rob. And I was like, that could be interesting. I just wanted something interesting. I guess we did get something interesting.
Well, I thought Tara and Johnny's strategy they obviously knew it was going to be Rob and Eric, but their strategy to send Eric out first,
I think, was good.
Was so good.
Yeah, because
I thought if that plan obviously played out a lot better, if Mora stuck with her gut, like, the whole time she was saying, like, does Eric think we're stupid? Like, obviously he's a traitor, like, whatever. And then completely just kind of backtracking at the end. Like, I don't know. I felt like I was so impressed with Johnny and Tara's gameplay, and their idea of how, like, to kind of go about this at the beginning.
I agree that they tried Rob last week and clearly no one budged on it, so it would have been silly for them. I mean, they didn't even budge on it. They didn't even go for their own plan last week. So, like, but clearly they threw out Rob's name last week and not enough people were grabbing onto that.
And they knew that no matter what, they couldn't convince Mora to vote Rob. So to vote Eric, at least if they had 3 for Eric would have been out, and then there might have been more hope at the fire pit if it was Johnny, Tara, Mora.
I just wanted that to be like, how does that end? Because if it would have been Rob, Mora, Tara, and Johnny, I'm like, it would have been a tiebreaker, and like at some point someone would have to flip.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you about. But like when we talk about the fire pit, we can get more. We can get there.
But anyway, so I was like, I love Eric. To be fair, I love him. Like
Eric actually, he stepped up this episode. I feel like the last two he stayed very quiet, very under the radar, and he was Rob's bitch. But this one, even like at the breakfast, like Eric for the first time said something in front of the group.
Yeah,
he goes, how weird is it that about Mark's murder? And then of course Rob's the only other one that answered, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it to you guys. I'm glad you guys are chatting in front of people now, like, but obviously Tara, Johnny, and Maura aren't. I don't know, I feel like it'd be so weird to be in a group of 5 people and to know that one of you has been lying this whole time.
Yeah,
like that's such a small number.
Yeah, that the end is weird, but where were we going with that?
Oh, I don't know. I completely lost my train of thought. Are we still at breakfast?
No, we're
fast. My notes are all over the place.
Yes,
and I'm trying to read them, but it's not working.
I know my mind is very cluttered from last night, but yeah, like Maura was never gonna flip on Rob. Obviously, I think Tara and Johnny knew that, so that's why I think they were gonna go for Eric first, because it's like the only way they could potentially get Maura to flip.
Oh yeah, that was what we were talking about. Yeah,
but the thing is, it's like, yes, sure it is good gameplay, but at the same time, it's like I'm having a hard time supporting Johnny and Tara. That is basically them together. Tawny.
It's their couple name. I love it.
We don't even. Yeah, Tawny is their couple. #Tawny. But like if they could have gone for Rob last week and could have doubled down on it, and they didn't. So like it is what it is. Like you guys put yourself in that position that you're relying on Maura to flip. So you know what I mean.
It was an unfortunate series of events, but it's fine.
But again, production, editing, they really hyped it up. I was like, wow, like maybe we're wrong.
I thought I was gonna be wrong. Once again, I was like, oh my god, this is a game changer. Everything's gonna change. Rob's gonna go home.
See, I knew that it wasn't gonna change because production has shown more Rob than anyone else this whole season. So they have created, like, they wanted the audience to love Rob because they knew Rob was gonna win, and so they've produced this show to have Rob as like the star, right? Like he is the most seen, he's the most talked about. Like they made him like the star of the show, and they really did pin the faithfuls as like the evil people. Do you know what I mean? So like they've created that for Rob. So it's like there's no way that the faithfuls win when we don't know anything about them. Production's like really made the narrative Rob's gonna win.
Well, I also kind of thought like if Tara and Johnny were to win, they weren't even at the reunion.
Oh yeah,
I kind of feel like if they were to win and were the winners, they would have had to be there.
Oh totally. So, I didn't think they were gonna win. I didn't think they were gonna win.
No, but this would be like faithfuls. Like maybe one of them was a part of that group still, but it's fine.
Anyway,
one thing that I noticed though, when right after breakfast, when Rob was talking to Maura, the way he would say, "Okay, we're gonna take Johnny out, and then we're gonna take Tara out, and then it's gonna be the 3 of us." Like it wasn't like, oh, I think Johnny's a traitor, so we should vote him out next, and then I think Tara's also a traitor. Like, the way he was talking was so traitor-coded that I think if anyone else was there listening to him kind of talk like that, they would have kind of been like...
No, totally. I mean, he did say...
It was just how
that he thinks they're both traitors, and, like, I think that was the gameplay of, like, we'll keep them both so we have a dynamic duo we can pin as traitors. Yeah. And he did say to her that they're traitors, but... No, I agree. Like, I mean, Maura was always going to do what Rob said. It doesn't really matter what he said. But I agree. Like, I do think if there was other players left, like, I think if Mark was still there and, like, Rob was being super confident like that, I think Mark would potentially question it. Maybe.
Yep. At
least with Eric, but.
I think so.
But whatever.
I don't know. Let's move on from that.
Let's go to the challenge. We get our helicopter every finale. Maura's super excited to go. Of course, Rob goes in the helicopter with her. I wrote down, Maura and Rob are looking like they're on a date on The Bachelor.
It gave me the energy of when Dylan and Gabby were in one of the last challenges in the last season together in the sky.
They were like hanging from the helicopter. Yeah.
They were cute.
Yeah, I was giving Bachelor date.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Rob's a little flirt, okay?
Rob said some things. I feel like I wrote something down.
He said
when Mora was like, I could really go for a hot bath right now.
And Rob said, I can give you something hot. Like
such a fucking frat boy thing to say. Kidding me.
Yeah, I'm not charmed. I'm not charmed by Rob.
No, I was.
Fair.
Not this week though. It was a fun
So
mission.
yeah, well, in the helicopter though, I was surprised that Mora said to Rob, "We need to go for Eric," because I think that was. I don't know. I feel like this is a big question we can kind of circle back to later at the Fire of Truth, but like Mora is going for Eric in this moment. And like this feels, I guess he needed Eric just a little longer. He didn't need him till the end, but he needed him a little longer.
No, Rob defended the heck out of Eric this episode.
But because he needed him.
See, I didn't realize it at that point though. I was looking at it like, you know what, he's defending his fellow traitor, like, great, but at the same time I was like, Rob, you're making this so obvious right now that you're the only one defending him.
I don't think so.
I think if anyone else was in that position and it wasn't Mora who was like...
But I don't think so, because at that point there's not many people left. There's like, it's 2-on-2 and 2 people are probably traitors, so I don't think it's suspicious to be like, I trust Eric and not Mora, and like, or sorry, oh my gosh, I'm literally messing up all the names. I trust Eric and not Tara and Johnny. Like, I think that's a totally normal thing to do, because who else would be the traitors? If you don't think it's Johnny and Tara, you think it's Mora. Like, so I think going hard for Eric is fine, because you're just telling her, this is who I trust and I think is a faithful. I think those 2 are traitors.
But I also think it's weird that like Eric and Rob didn't really have, or like that I saw on screen, a relationship or like an alliance together until after he became a traitor.
Really?
I don't think so. Like, Eric was never really in that group with Rob and them. Eric was kind of a floater.
I thought he was in the group with Rob.
I didn't think so.
I think so.
Let us know.
I think he was in the group. I think they were...
Because it kind of confused me when Eric was like...
No, they were totally in that group.
Really?
Yeah, they were... That's the reason he picked Eric. They were, like, in that faithful group who, like, trusted each other. It was, like, a big group of people. There was, like, 10 of them that were, like... faithfuls that they all believed. Like, remember that like group that was like saying like Candace, Rob, they're all faithfuls. Like, Eric was in that group.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just seemed, maybe because I'm just like a viewer, it just seemed like suspicious.
Honestly, there's literally nothing that could be suspicious this episode, because like it's 2-on-2. You gotta fight for your life.
Yeah. I just needed something else. I just needed something interesting to happen.
Yeah. But anyway, the mission, Rob and Mora in the helicopter, Johnny, Tara, and Eric in the boat. Honestly, that mission looked freezing.
Yeah, it looked awful.
They were literally shivering and shaking. I was like...
Yeah. I read a thing that their challenges aren't actually like the time frame that we see. Because of all like the filming and production, they actually like will stop and then like regroup and then keep going again and then stop. So the challenges don't take like an hour. They take actually like up to 5 or something.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, I could see it. They need to get their shots.
But then it was kind of like, oh, it was fine at the beginning. And then obviously by the end of the challenge, brutal weather. And at that point, it's like, okay, I feel like you could have paused for a little bit. But no, you wanted them to be out in the rain.
Well, Eric was so funny. He was like, I feel like I'm in Mission Impossible. But the reality is I'm just getting whipped in the face.
No, as soon as I found out that Eric, Tara, and Johnny had to be the ones like in the water, I'm like, this is not gonna go well. Like, I feel like they're the least like, oh, I guess they're figure skaters. I was gonna say, I feel like they're like the least like willing to do something. I was like that.
If the river was or the lake was frozen,
I thought they were gonna have to swim at first. I'm like, no shot any of those 3 are going into the water.
No, but we do get someone swimming. We get Rob jumping out of the helicopter. Not production editing it to look like Rob is like drowned in the lake.
I know. Once again, they needed something interesting to happen this episode.
Maybe Rob dies. Like,
maybe he gets injured and has to go home. Oh my god.
I was like, they literally cut out like, is he okay?
Well, it was also so funny that they were like, okay, one of you, if we want to like earn this extra money, like has to jump in. Obviously Mora's not gonna jump in. Rob looks scared at first, and then Mora's like, you want to jump in? No, he's like, yeah, I want to jump in.
Yeah,
no shit, Rob wants to jump in. But
would you jump out of a helicopter?
It was kind of high up. I feel like if I was in that position with someone else and they really didn't want to, I would.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be the one to volunteer.
I'd probably be really scared, but I think I would do it. It looks kind of fun. I don't know if I'd ever go in a helicopter though, so I think that
helicopters are kind of scary.
No, I just me and helicopters. I don't trust them.
No,
Something about like a floating.
No, they are like a death box that flies. It's scary. They are scary.
You were in one though.
I know, and it was scary. I did it once, and I don't ever have the desire to do it again.
Yeah,
it was like fun for sure,
yeah.
but you hear so many horror stories.
Anyway, they win. Their prize pot is, I feel like their prize pot is $220,000 and some change.
I also, way before that though, I feel like when Rob jumped in, I think that like Maura seeing him, to her that was like the hottest thing a man could have done.
That was her prince charming.
She was like, he carries me and he just jumped out of a helicopter for me. Oh my god, what a man. But I don't even know what was their prize pot now?
Yeah, $220,000
total, or after that challenge?
After that challenge. I think that was the prize pot that they were winning. $220,000.
Wait, so what even was the total amount that Rob won?
I think they won $40,000 in that challenge, because they won $20,000 for like all the questions, and then Rob won them the extra $20,000 with the swimming.
Oh, but it was $200,000 total.
$220,000 total.
Okay, yeah.
At the end, plus some change.
Tobias farm. Have some kids.
But yeah. Anyway, challenge cool. Maura, after the challenge, kind of before the round table, this is where we get production really like teasing us with Maura potentially being a flipper.
A flipper.
She's telling Maura's telling both Tara and Eric she's with them. So she's lying to somebody. And there was a small part of me that was like, maybe she's lying to Eric, because she was convinced Eric was a traitor. So
that's
I was like,
why that conversation messed with my head, because at first I thought she was playing him.
Yeah.
But then when she says, I swear I would never vote for you, I was like, well, okay, that's kind of big. Like, there's no way she could turn on that now.
I know. That's the one thing with Maura, is like, I knew she would never flip on Rob, of course. Like, there's absolutely no way. They are the same person. Maura was never flipping on Rob, but I was like, maybe she's friends with Tara, or like trusts Tara enough to flip on Eric. But then as soon as Rob said, no, let's get Tara and Johnny, and then promised her that they would take out Eric after, I was like, okay, it's 100% going Johnny, Tara, Eric, because...
See, I still wasn't convinced, though. I thought that was just something he was saying to, like, make her feel better.
You mean, like, what do you mean?
Like, I thought Rob was just saying to Maura that they were going to take out Eric.
Right.
Just to, like, make her feel better about the situation, because they weren't voting for him.
That's true. I honestly wasn't sure about Eric either until the fire of truth, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But, like, I knew he was going to go for Tara and Johnny, but, like, I just knew that... what I'm saying is, I knew from that moment that Maura was not going to vote out Eric first. She was going to do it after Tara. Or after Johnny and Tara, because Rob promised her that they will get out Eric. So she was at that point like, okay, it doesn't really matter how they go. We'll get out Eric after. So, but the round table, I feel like, yeah, Maura was really the star of this whole show, of this whole episode, because the whole outcome really relied on what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
What did you think of the round table?
I'm glad Eric finally spoke up, said some words.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he had no other choice in that scenario, but he spoke up first. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. I did think for a second it seemed like Rob was actually kind of scared when I think it was Tara was talking, and she said something, and it made Maura think about things. And I really, really thought that was going to be it, and their whole plan was going to get completely messed up. So I was disappointed with the outcome.
Yeah,
obviously.
I think all of them had good points at the round table. Like, I literally think everyone was convincing.
Yeah. Eric actually did a really good job speaking.
Yeah.
I was impressed, because I didn't think he had it in him. Rob, I guess, did a good job too.
I mean,
I don't know what Tara and Johnny, I think the way Johnny was talking, like, it seemed really genuine,
Yeah.
which shocked me when Maura did vote for him.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like the craziest twist for me. I really, really thought that they had Eric at that table.
I don't know what I thought, honestly. Like, I thought that I was hopeful that they would get Eric at that table. Not even because I wanted Eric to be banished, but just because I wanted a plot twist.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I just like an unpredictable ending, and it was going to be really predictable.
Well, it would have been more interesting with 3 Faithfuls and Rob going into the last.
Totally. I mean, honestly though, no. We'll get to the fire of truth.
But that was what I wanted. Like, that it would have been awesome to see Tara, Johnny, Maura, and Rob there, because even though, like, I think we still all knew that Rob was gonna win, I think it would have made it a little more interesting, the dynamic between all them.
I guess.
Whereas after Johnny got vanished, I literally was like, well, this is it.
Yeah.
There's literally no point into even doing the next round now. Like, obviously the Traitors are gonna win. Like, at that point, it seemed impossible for the Faithfuls to win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was
2-on-2, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to see what would have happened in that scenario.
Yeah.
It's like, that would be really interesting. Tara and Johnny versus Maura and Rob. Like, how does someone has to flip eventually?
Yeah. And who would have been the one to flip?
Yeah. So that's why I was like, I just want to see that happen, but whatever. We still got an insane fire pit moment. But anyway, round table. Maura obviously doesn't flip on Eric, votes Johnny out.
And Rob sticks up for Eric. He did a really good job at doing that. I thought that was gonna kill Rob's game.
Why?
Because I don't know.
But who is flipping at this point? Everyone thinks Rob's a traitor besides Maura.
See,
So, like, what is, like, Rob has nothing to lose because Maura was always gonna trust him. The other two people already thought he was a traitor.
See, I thought that if Rob were going to flip on Eric, it would have been now.
No.
That was my idea. I was like, you know what? Like, if it has to come down to it, I think he would have flipped on Eric.
But there would have been no point of doing that because Eric.
Well, they knew it was going to be 3-on-2.
Well, there's no point of flipping on him then because Johnny and Tara already think you're a traitor. If there was like any suspicion, or if like you thought Johnny and Tara thought you were faithful 100%, sure, flip. But like, he knew Johnny and Tara thought he was a traitor.
Yeah.
That was like, everyone knew he was a traitor at that point. It was really just a matter of making sure Maura doesn't flip because she's blindly loyal to Rob. And so Rob could have literally walked around Johnny and Tara being like, haha, I'm a traitor the whole episode, and it wouldn't have mattered because he had the numbers. He had Eric and Maura no matter what. So like, he could be suspicious all he wants.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. Johnny and Tara already thought he was a traitor, but it didn't even matter because he had the numbers. So like, there was no point of him, like, he could defend Eric as much as he wants. There would be no point of him flipping. It would have just screwed his game.
I guess so.
But anyway, Johnny gets banished. And we get our final fire of truth. Which everyone comes in dressed in leather, black.
Yeah, Maura was slaying.
Yeah, Laura.
Alan walks in looking like a 5th grader.
What? Alan was
wearing this, like,
he wears that every single year.
Bejeweled poncho.
He wears it every year.
With his, like, 10 ponytails in his hair. There's no way he's ever done that.
He's worn that poncho every single finale.
Maybe the hair was different. It threw
the
me
hair
off.
Could have been different, but he literally had an interview that was like, every year we add more jewels to the poncho.
Maybe it just seemed more elaborate this year. Maybe it was the hair that did it for me. I was like, he just...
Yeah, no, Alan's hair this season was, he went all out in the hairstyle, but we had Rob with his overalls.
Obviously. Obviously. I read something that he didn't pack them with him.
You know, production gave it to him. They weren't even his overalls.
I know, but obviously he had to wear them.
Which is funny, but I'm like, of course Rob is wearing his overalls.
Yeah.
His snake tattoos out in the open.
Rob was looking good.
Guys, the man's walking around with snake tattoos.
I'll give him that.
He's showing you he's a snake.
Yeah. The signs were there.
The signs were there. You can't be mad. Okay. Yeah, so this fire of truth, we obviously have Tara, Maura, Rob, and Eric left. they all throw in red
Yeah.
for the first,
Which I expected.
which was expected.
Yeah.
This is where again, production did a really good job of trying to convince us that something different was going to happen. But Mora writes Tara's name down, which honestly, like, I get it. I totally understand. I get it. But it's like she literally told Tara earlier, I'm never going to flip on you. I'm never going to write your name down.
Well, and Tara said, she's like, trust me.
I know.
Right before. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, that's going to do it.
But the thing is, it's like, as much as like this game is so funny because I was like, I don't even know who I'm rooting for right now. I just want something crazy to happen.
Yeah.
And like Tara, as much as I'm like, oh yeah, Tara, you're asking for all this trust, but like last week you had your chance. You guys can't even be mad because last week you and Johnny had the numbers, you had the opportunity, and you didn't take it. So you can't expect anyone to like, I don't know, like what were you expecting? You know?
That's so true.
Like,
this all could have ended so differently.
Like
when Natalie was still around, they ended up taking Rob out.
Yeah. Also, on that note, because I remember last week I was like, oh, why didn't Natalie write Rob's name down on her way out? Like, why did she switch? And she had an interview and she was like, I didn't write Rob's name down because I didn't want to give the faithfuls any more clues. Like, she's like, I knew Rob was a traitor, but I was not handing them any more clues.
I don't blame her.
I was like, Natalie's such a gamer. She's so funny. She's like, I came to win.
The faithfuls were sinking. Let them sink.
Yeah.
Let them sink.
She's like, whatever. You can drown without me. It's fine.
Yeah.
And they did. But yeah, so Tara gets banished first from the Fire Truth, which doesn't surprise me at all. I knew that was going to happen. What happened next, though, honestly, really shocked me.
Yeah.
And
yeah, my first time my face was like was when Mora voted Johnny. The second time was when they didn't actually. Okay, no.
Okay, so basically what happens, we all see, we have 2 traitors left and 1 faithful. And so in my mind, we're like, okay, the traitors won.
Yeah.
There's 2 traitors versus 1 faithful. Like, the traitors won.
They could have just all greened out and it would have been fine.
But we get both. So Mora throws in red, Rob throws in red, and Eric throws in green. And Eric's face. I
missed at first that Mora threw in red.
Yeah. So Eric threw first. His was green.
Yeah.
Because he was like, we won.
Yeah.
Poor guy. He's like, we won. And then Mora and Rob throw in their reds, and Eric's face, completely shocked that he had no idea. He had no idea that Rob was going to turn on him.
No.
And he
officially one of Rob's victims.
So this is what I didn't expect. It's funny because when Johnny became a traitor, I was like, at that point, I already knew Rob was loyal to just himself, right?
Wait,
like,
when Eric became a traitor?
Yes. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm so sorry. The names are literally like, when Eric became a traitor, we knew that he was recruiting him as like a sacrificial traitor.
Yes.
But I just...
That was the initial thought.
Well, I just assumed, though, that like... I knew that he was never going to be loyal to Eric. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. The names are like all over the place. But I thought it was more of like I'm going to bring you on so that you can get sacrificed at a round table. You know, like that's what I was thinking. I was like, he's not going to really do too much for him. He'll keep him around as like the sacrificial traitor and like use him as like a detour or like a distraction, at a round table. That's what I was like, okay, like, but I was like, maybe he'll prove us wrong though. Maybe he won't betray Eric. I was like, I had that hope, and then I was so shocked. I know a lot of people weren't, but I'm allowed to have my opinion.
I was shocked.
I'm allowed to have my opinion.
But then again, Alicia, even if Rob did throw in the green rock and Eric and him were green, Mora was red, they still would have had to do a vote.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, at that moment, Rob had obviously decided that he was winning it by himself.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, it didn't really matter how the votes went or whatever happened. Like, Rob went into that fire of truth wanting to win for himself, which is fair to him. Like, he can do whatever he wants. I was just shocked. And, like, everyone's allowed to have their opinion on this, okay? I just want to be very clear. We're all allowed to have different opinions. That showed me that Rob never wanted to win with another traitor. That was never his plan, to win with another traitor, because if it was, he could have just won with Eric. I'm not judging him for doing it. Like,
See, I don't think he could have, though.
What do you mean?
Because
yes, he could, because if
but him and Maura said it's gonna be them till the end, those two, which means either way, Maura would have put in that red.
Yeah, but
thing.
Rob could have voted with Eric, is what I'm saying. He didn't have to vote with Maura. Like, if
Rob put in green,
yeah,
I guess Eric then would have still known that Rob and him were together, so then they would have voted Maura. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That could
so even if Maura threw in a red stone, he could have been loyal to Johnny.
Which, honestly, he could have done, because either way, he's turning on Maura.
Well, the thing is, this is the thing.
This was just the selfish way of doing it, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, he always had to betray Maura. Yep. Maura is a faithful and Rob is a traitor. There's no way that they win together, no matter what happens, no matter how many promises he keeps, no matter what. Like, he had to obviously betray Maura. He's a traitor, she's a faithful. Like, they can't win together.
Yeah.
But he chose to win without Eric. He didn't have to. He could have won with Eric. He could have.
Yeah.
That was a choice. It wasn't he had to save himself or anything like that, because obviously throughout the season there's always been like, he had to turn on Lisa. He had to turn on Candace. Fine. He had to do that to preserve himself. He didn't have to turn on Eric, because Maura was winning zero money no matter what happened.
Well, in either way, he was going to betray her. It was just
either way, Maura was leaving with $0.
Yeah.
He could have won with Eric. He chose not to. And I mean, it is what it is. Like, you can have your opinion on that. Like, some people are like, well, Eric didn't do anything. Who cares? Like, you can have your opinion on it. I was shocked because I couldn't do that.
Well, Eric even said that. He's like, that's something I could never have done to someone.
Yeah, and that's
Which is
okay.
easy to say when you're not in that position. I get it.
No, totally. But I'm just saying, like, I felt more bad for Eric than I did Maura. Yeah. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. Like, that's what I believe. Yeah. I just could not do that.
So Eric got played. And I feel really bad, because I honestly, in that moment, thought that it could have just been the two of them to win. So I was very, very shocked. Yeah, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. And that's what it is. Like, Rob decided to take it for himself, which, like, good for you. You can have your farm now. But, like, I don't know. I personally couldn't do that. And, like, you can say it's a game, and it is a game, but, like, that doesn't mean I have to respect it. You know, like, I'm just a different person. I'm not saying I'm a better person. I'm just saying I would not have it in me to be able to do that to somebody. But at the end of the day, Johnny's a K-pop singer. He didn't need the money. But Eric. Sorry.
Johnny is not a K-pop singer.
Johnny is an Olympic skater who doesn't have any medals, apparently. But yeah, anyway, like, it is what it is. I actually felt more bad for Eric, but it is what it is. Like, whatever. But that just showed me, though, that Rob was never planning on winning with anybody else.
Yes, it definitely showed me a lot about Robert's character. Robert's character. No, he's Robin now.
And the thing is, it is a game, and it's just a game, but a game brings out who you are, right? Like, even if it was a game, I could not have done that, and that's fine. Like, that's my personal value. I could not live with myself. I would feel terrible. Rob is different. He won't feel bad, and that is fine. He doesn't have to. I'm not saying he has to. We're just different. And, like, I was shocked.
Yeah. I feel like it wasn't even, like,
I would feel worse, though, if Eric wasn't already... Eric's fine. Eric doesn't need the money.
No, he doesn't. But, like, does Rob need it?
I mean, Rob has almost 2 million Instagram followers. I don't think he...
Rob's got a ton of brand deals, and I know that because he is all over my Instagram, and I don't follow him anywhere.
Rob's making $100,000 per post right now.
Exactly. So I don't think Rob needed this win.
They needed to donate this money to charity.
That's the thing. It showed a lot about his character, unfortunately, which, once again, yes,
in our
it's
opinion,
a game.
In our opinion,
it's a game. But no, I think that was a really sad move. I feel bad for Eric.
A lot of people think that Eric didn't deserve to win.
I agree, but I don't. If Eric was recruited last episode, I would say like, okay, Eric didn't need this, he didn't deserve it, whatever. But Eric's been a traitor for a couple episodes now.
Yeah.
He hasn't done much, but like that's
I
also
also
because
don't
Rob
think-
hasn't given him the chance to do much.
Well, I also don't
Like,
think Rob has done that much.
no,
Also, I know
Rob's
there's
slithering by.
I know we have a lot of Rob fans listening, and we're allowed to have our opinion on Rob. Okay, we're allowed to do that.
Yeah,
Rob has
like I was team Rob for the
Me
longest
too,
time.
me too.
And like we always knew he was gonna win.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just shocked by how he won,
yeah, and that's fine.
and that's fine.
Rob has an army in the castle, and he also has an army on the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm terrified of them.
And I
but
mean,
I'm still allowed to have my opinion.
No, and we saw in the reunion that obviously like nobody's mad at Rob. It
No,
seems.
oh my
Like,
gosh. And at the same time, like, I think Rob winning makes sense. He deserves to win, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean I have to love how he did it.
Yeah.
You know, like, anyway.
I think it was crazy when people were saying that he's like one of the greatest traitors ever. Like that's
I think it was
that's a stretch.
I think it was a mix. I think he built a lot of trust for sure.
Yeah.
But I also think
But I think it was easy for him to build trust.
Well,
He
yeah.
didn't have to do much. He just had to be cute
yeah.
and wears overalls. And
Listen,
as
I
Candace
know
said,
this-
like, and people were drinking
Listen.
his bathwater. Like, everyone was up his ass.
Yeah, I mean, see, this is what's really interesting about Traitors to me because, like, I find it interesting because it is really like an uncontrolled, like, social experiment. As someone who, like, this is why I love reality TV. I love kind of dissecting it and, like, looking into why things could go the way they are. And I'm not trying to discredit Rob. I think he deserved to win, but it's like there is a thing called unconscious bias of what people believe of people without mentally thinking about it, right? Like you grow up being taught, and like in our society, who to trust and not trust, what trustworthy people look like and don't look like. And like in a game like Traitors, when there's nothing to go off, you don't even realize you're using your unconscious bias on like who you think is trustworthy, right? So like, and there is a thing in psychology called the halo effect that people who are young and attractive are deemed more trustworthy and believable. So I'm just saying, he was the hottest, youngest person in the castle. Yeah. I do think he did a lot. I'm not trying to discredit him, but like
his looks worked in his favor.
Oh my
for
gosh,
sure.
100%.
For sure.
Like Mora was
also around the whole time. She's also hot, so the two hottest ones in the castle made it to the end.
Yeah,
just saying.
And honestly, I was excited to see Mora and Rob in the end because I was dying to see Mora's reaction.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to see that. It's so funny because after the challenge, like the helicopter, when they were in it together and she was like, oh my god, Rob, I was like, oh my god, they're 1,000% gonna hook up after this show. And then obviously after the castle scene, I was like, oh, maybe not. But if Rob buys her Birkin,
what did you think about her reaction?
I thought it was very.
Did it live up to the hype of what you? I was dying for this reaction.
I feel like the one thing with reality is that I always have in the back of my head that things are produced and they're scripted to a certain extent.
Well, they are, yeah. Well, not scripted; they're produced.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Sometimes like things can I don't know. But I think Eric and Mora's reactions were so genuine, and I really needed to see that to acknowledge that they are real people, and yes, this is a game, but like they're still real people in this game. So I thought her reaction was so valid. I thought she'd be more mad, to be honest. She just seemed really shocked. So
honestly, to me, I don't even think it was about like she didn't care if she won or if like she got the money. Like these people don't need the money.
Yeah.
I think it was more the trust aspect of it that messed with her.
She mentioned a couple times throughout the show like she doesn't trust a lot of people. She doesn't have trust in men. Like,
and then what did she do? She trusted a man.
She broke girl code with Tara.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel bad for Mora, honestly.
But no, it made sense. Like, as they talked about in the reunion too, like, obviously they had their Love Island alliance. Just like the Housewives have their little alliance, the gamers. Like, it made sense why they did alliance up together at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, I don't blame her at all.
No, totally.
I
don't...
I'm a little upset and disappointed.
I mean, Hot Rob was
but-
flirting with her. We saw it. He admitted it.
Yeah.
I mean, she got wrapped up in the spell.
Yeah. Yep. That's all right. That's all right.
And it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, her reaction was good. I wanted her to like, no, I think,
storm out of the castle.
you know, she was chill. She was chill. But it was funny. It was funny to watch. She just keeps walking around saying she's really dumb. And I'm like, I mean, people did tell you. People did tell you.
multiple times.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be kind of like if people kept telling Tara that Johnny was a traitor.
Yeah,
Like, Tara
totally.
would have never turned on
Oh,
Johnny.
yeah, 100%.
So, like, I totally understand the alliance.
But also, like, Rob literally holding her face in the kitchen, being like, we're going to win. That's crazy.
Yeah, Rob took that a little too far.
That was
like,
crazy.
you're getting her hopes up way too much.
Oh my god.
He didn't have to do that much. But
And then, yeah, I guess, sorry, we're flipping all over the place. Rob leaves, and then he's like, or he wins. Obviously, we saw that coming. And he goes, would you give $100,000 to someone you just met 3 weeks ago?
wait, I didn't catch that part. Alan said that?
No, Rob said that.
To who?
It was like an interview clip after he, like, cut Eric, obviously reveals he's a traitor to Mora, and he says, would you give $100,000 to someone you just met 3 weeks ago? Because obviously if he won with Eric, he would have split the 220 and given $110,000 to Eric. The thing is, I'm too nice. I would have given someone $100,000.
I just would have felt so guilty walking away with that money by myself.
Yeah, I mean, that's just me and what I but I mean, whatever, he won, he can buy his farm now. And again, I'd feel worse if Eric, like, if it was like regular people, I'd be like, wow, that's ruthless. But I mean, Eric's a K-pop singer. He's probably the richest of all of them there.
That's true. That's true.
That's the only thing that gets me. I'm like, okay,
No.
you know what? Eric doesn't need the money, so
No.
it's
At
just
that point,
it's just the game. It doesn't really
is.
matter. It's just the title.
It's not about the money.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
about
yeah.
wanting. They made it to the end. They obviously wanted to win. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, you've made it that far.
yeah.
But whatever. It's just a game.
Yeah.
It was fun. What a ride it took us on, for sure. We saw the reunion.
Yeah, we have the reunion, which
What did you guys think about the reunion?
Yeah, let us
I'd
know.
like to know opinions, thoughts.
yeah, let us know what you think, because in my personal opinion, I thought it was a terrible reunion.
I thought we were going to get a lot more out of it, for sure. More drama, more just like things we didn't know all, like, I don't know. I thought there was just going to be more.
Yes, I like a reunion to get like the behind the scenes things we don't see,
Yeah.
or like thought processes that weren't shown in like the airing of the show, and like we didn't really get anything. I think the star of the reunion was Mama Kelsey.
And Portia.
Okay, no,
Portia talked so
well,
much.
Portia-
And I'm like, this was honestly like nothing against her at all, but like she left the first night. Like, I feel like we didn't need that much talking time with her and
Yeah.
Michael.
I know,
like,
that was the biggest fail of the, for sure. It was, we had way too much screen time for Portia and these people who left like the first couple weeks, because
yeah.
sure, touch on them, ask them a question each, but we don't care about who said what
No.
on week 1. I don't even remember what they were fighting about.
Oh my gosh, no.
That was a definitely, and I feel like they didn't need to air everything. Like, they definitely get hours of footage from this reunion. So
oh my gosh, yeah. I
I
want to
don't
know who
know.
edited it and who decided to put those clips in. Like,
I think
don't know,
they
it's
made a mistake. I
disappointing.
think they should have gone the other way around. I think they should have brought in the people first who were kind of irrelevant to the show, had them on for like 5 minutes at the beginning to get their little like stuff out of the
Yeah.
way, and then moved on and like spent the whole second half on just like the last few episodes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I wanted to hear more from Mark and Kristen and
Even
Natalie
Tara and Johnny.
and Tara,
like, I
Johnny,
understand they
like,
weren't there, but like
even
they were.
Rob. We got like 2 words from Rob.
Yeah, no, this was a very weird reunion, and I kind of feel like you could tell with Andy too. Like, I'm a big Andy Cohen fan. Like, I love his interviews. I loved when he would do the Vanderpump Rules ones. Like, big fan. I felt like he just did not want to be there. Like, I feel like he was
Yeah.
forced against his will to interview.
I think we should
everyone.
have had Boston Rob and
Bob the drag queen.
Bob the drag queen as our host. They're our official podcast
That would have been
hosts.
awesome, and they would have asked the right questions.
They would have asked the right questions. They are great. Like, I actually really like them together. I've been watching the official podcast of the Traitors, and I like their dynamic because they have different perspectives. They have
different personalities.
Different ways they view things, and I love that because we love different perspectives. Everyone's allowed to have their way they view things. I love that they're super respectful of each other's opinions, and I think they would have asked the right questions. They would have asked the right people the right questions. I think we really messed up not having them as our hosts.
That's a good call out.
It felt more like a housewife reunion.
It did.
And don't get me wrong, I love a little bit of Housewives. I really do, like, but not that much.
It just kind of feels like the wrong things were being brought up.
Yeah, I needed to know more about, like, even Eric.
Yeah. I don't think Eric talked once.
We got one question to Eric being like, how long did it take you to get over the ending? And he's like, yeah, a few days. And then that was like literally all we heard from him.
No, that was weird.
But yeah, no, the reason I say Mama Kelsey is because she just like, they kept panning to her and she's just like laughing because she's sitting front row to this mess. She's just she's so funny.
She is. It was funny because at the beginning when he was like asking her a couple questions and he immediately brought up Taylor Swift, who watches the Traitors, by the way. That was exciting. Supposedly. But I can kind of just tell she was probably like kind of annoyed by that. I feel like every time people ask her questions, it's about Taylor Swift. And I feel like she probably thought like, oh, I've been here 5 minutes and you're already asking me about her. It was only one small question, so whatever.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, like, yes, Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. I was like, what is Jason's last name? Kelce. They are brothers. But like they were huge before Taylor Swift, but like obviously it blew up to a whole nother level when I need more coffee. When what's his name? Travis. Travis and Taylor started dating. So like I feel like that was probably somewhat of why she was on the show too.
Yeah, but still, it's not like he asks anyone else about like their family or their like, I don't know, it just seemed like kind of, I understand like you had to bring it up, but like you didn't have to bring it up. Like she's her own person.
Yeah.
You don't have to make her whole identity the fact that she's Travis and Jason's mom and Taylor Swift's mother-in-law.
I mean, we've said this a million times though. I feel like we got robbed of Donna this season because she actually has such a feisty personality.
I know.
And she's smart and she's a game player, and like I actually think her and Rob would have been super entertaining as traitors together.
I think so too.
Like that would have been so iconic if we got Rob and Donna.
Well, I actually saw an interview that Alan did talking about how Donna was picked as a secret traitor, and he said that that was a regret that he had putting her in that position. Just because, and I completely believe that. I think that Donna would have done so much better as an actual traitor
right.
with the team instead of being the secret traitor.
Yeah.
She would have made it at least a little further, but I feel like she just always had a target on her back.
Yeah. I wish that's my biggest like thing I think we missed out on was seeing more of Donna's personality, because when she was a traitor we didn't even get to see anything.
No.
So
and I think
and
she
like
has
literally
a big
her few little like comments in the reunion, she's like, I'm not scared of, like, she's like, I'm gonna say how I feel. I'm like,
no, literally.
I think her and Rob would have been really entertaining together.
I think so too. They would have been a good team.
Yeah. I feel like we got robbed of that.
We got robbed of a lot.
But yeah, I mean, what else really? I guess Lisa and Colton.
I also thought that was gonna be like more, I don't know.
I mean, Colton seemed really nervous.
He did. His voice even sounded different. I feel like he was a complete different person in the reunion than he was on the show.
I mean, I think he was just probably really scared of the internet, as you should be. The internet is
incredibly PR trained for this reunion too.
Oh yeah.
And only say certain things, be careful, which I don't blame him, because he is in a position where people are like fully in attack mode against him. So totally. He probably did have to be really careful.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a tough one. Like he definitely, like, some of his wording on the situation was very interesting to me, because like the scenario obviously is like Colton did some terrible things to his ex-girlfriend from The Bachelor, and that was like very public knowledge. And like I just like, I think the only thing that Colton should have said is just like acknowledged it, apologized, right? Like, people are allowed to grow and change. Like, that is 100% something
Yeah.
I believe in. Like, I would never fully hold someone accountable forever for something, right? Like, I think people deserve a chance to grow
Yeah.
and change, because the person I was, like, even thinking when I was like 20 years old, I was an awful person at 20 years old. Like,
We all were.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's an age thing, but like, you grow and you change and you learn.
Yeah.
Like, some things I did in my past, obviously not that they're crazy, but like, everyone has things that they're like, yeah, you know, that was kind of stupid, or I should have done something different, or like, that was a terrible mistake. And I do believe in people like being able to grow and change. Like, I do believe in that. I'm not gonna just like give it to them. I feel like they need to show me in their actions that
Yep.
they've grown and changed. And like, I think it just didn't help because Colton's behavior on the Traitors was very like, he was just gung ho, and it came across very like, I have no consequences. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it just, I think his like, how he came across on the Traitors really like made people be like, whatever. Long story short, I think if anything was to said at this reunion, he should have just like owned his actions, apologized. Like, that's all he should have done, you know?
Yeah. I think it's unfortunate that when you are in the media, your past do get brought up a lot. And obviously, that was something that happened with this. And it sucks. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm a huge Colton fan, but, like, it does suck that because he was kind of, like, a bigger personality on the show. Like, if anyone else were doing that, like, their past wouldn't have been brought up. But, like, it seems like because he had done something in the past that, like, his big personality, like, turned into him being more of like a villain, which is fair.
I mean, I just think like, maybe I don't know anything about between what happened between then, like the car tracking stuff, and now. Like, I don't follow Colton. I don't know if he's apologized. I don't know if it's ever been brought up again. I don't know. I don't know anything about him outside of like this Traitors and, you know.
See, but that was something that happened so long ago that I wouldn't even have thought about until the media and social media like started talking about it again.
Yeah. I mean, I think you should I feel like he should have. He said that he didn't expect for it to come back, but I think that's naive.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
You should expect for it to come back because it's something you did in the public eye. Yeah. And like, you should be ready to come back and be like, yep, that happened.
Own it.
Yeah. Be like, this is what I've done since to change and grow and learn. And like, that's all he had to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's fair that people brought it up because they haven't heard from him for a while, and he could have been like, yeah, you know what, that, and he kind of said that, but he kind of said it in a way that was like, I was in a dark time, and like his wording maybe wasn't the best.
No.
His wording maybe wasn't the best because it kind of came across as like an excuse almost. Like, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm sure he was in a really dark time, and like, again, I'm someone who always tried to give someone grace and understanding because I don't know what you've been through. I don't know anything. But it's like, you could have just said, I was in a dark time and like, I deeply regret what I did. Not like it was tough for me.
It was kind of like beating around the bush.
Yeah. Just be like, I deeply regret that.
Yeah.
And I own it. You know what I mean? Whatever. Well, moving on from that. I think Lisa kind of Lisa like had a stretch. Like, I like Lisa. She's like been such a great entertainment this show, but she did kind of like, I didn't think it was necessary for her to be like, Colton, what did you mean by holding me hostage? That was like, I think a little that was
like the housewives and her coming out.
That was the housewives reunion.
Yes. She is so just in the housewives world. I guess not anymore, but like every single reunion she does was a housewife reunion.
Yeah.
Andy was always there. Like, that is the vibe of it, is attacking everyone.
Yeah, she was wanting like more to come out of that.
I think so too. And Colton's response saying, well, you said you wanted to slit my throat.
Fair.
That shut her up quick. And even me, I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, I was like, actually, that's not wrong.
That's actually kind of worse.
Yeah.
But respect.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I feel like this reunion was like hyped up and we got really nothing.
I thought it was going to be longer too. I don't know.
Oh, we did get the Candace saying that Colton told her that Rob was that she was a traitor. What do you think about that? Like,
that situation confused me because she said it, but then when Colton was explaining it, he was like, Well, I told you like that was my suspicion kind of thing.
I don't know. That confuses me so much because like Colton and Rob kind of seemed guilty.
Well, Rob seemed guilty.
They're both
He was
like
yeah. Rob seemed guilty for sure. He's the first one to speak
Rob's
up.
like, that's fucking weird.
No, Rob was like, there are so many rules on this show. Like, we can't do that. Like, no, not even
I know.
denying it.
They did seem really guilty, but like, I don't know.
Obviously, Colton, I don't think, once again, like, legally, I feel like he couldn't have even, if he did say it, I don't think he could have actually said it.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was so unclear though, because Candace was like, Colton, you told me that.
Also, when did Colton tell her?
But then
was
the thing
on
is,
the show, was it after? Like,
yeah, it was just super unclear because like she said, Colton, you told me that Rob told you I was a traitor, but then we never see Colton even clarify what he said.
No, when they hyped this up so much, like right at the beginning, like Candace, like, well, Colton told me something and I'm gonna wait to bring it up when he comes out. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this drama? And then it got brushed over so fast. I was confused.
Yeah, no. But the housewives, they're trained for this. This is their Olympics, the reunions.
Oh yeah.
Whether they're right or wrong, they're there to.
Is Portia a housewife?
Yeah.
Okay, I could tell.
Yeah.
I assume so, but she did not shut up.
No, I'm very glad that we
she didn't get enough screen time on the Traitors, so she had to take it all up for the
reunion. I will say I'm kind of happy she was banished early because that was so annoying.
She would have been a handful.
Yeah. there was a lot of people that I was like, we didn't really need to hear from them, actually.
Well, even the one guy, I think the guy who got vanished like right at the beginning.
Banished?
Banished.
Also vanished.
Or maybe he died.
Oh,
the
Ian?
gamer.
Ian. He got murdered.
Yeah. I don't think he said anything.
Yeah, I hope he comes back.
I hope he does too, like just to give him like a chance.
Yeah, no, literally, he didn't get a chance. And I love Ian. He would have I wish some of the gamers lasted longer, for sure.
Even like Rob.
Yeah,
yes.
Rob C.
The second Rob.
Yeah, Rob C.
Him I would have liked to see more of too. I think he actually would have been a really good game player, and I think he would have been like a good recruitment traitor if he had lasted that long.
Yeah, Tiffany too, I think from Big Brother. She got banished really early. Yeah. The thing is, I think we actually did have a really good cast. We just really lost our game players early on.
We lost a lot of key people right at the beginning.
We did.
Which I guess was good strategy.
Oh, totally. I mean...
but bad TV. So...
And those are also the people I feel like that would have been down to get like dirty in the competitions.
100%.
Yeah. But instead we got like more.
Maura was getting more and more into the challenges though as the show progressed.
Yeah. She was just happy to wear her hats.
Yeah.
She was wearing her hat backwards at the round table.
Was she?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, you've been hanging out with Rob too much.
I didn't realize that she literally wore a hat every single day.
Yeah. What does her head look like?
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, maybe she was wearing a wig. That's why.
But yeah, overall, reunion really gave us nothing. The whole second half was like pretty annoying. Because everyone that like was relevant was just sitting there listening to stuff that didn't matter at all. Yeah. So I don't know. Next year, definitely want to see Rob, Boston Robin, Bob the Drag Queen.
I think that would be.
I'm also like, I really want to listen to their podcast episode.
Yeah, I haven't actually been listening to that.
Yeah.
But I think I will, especially to hear about last night.
Yeah, I feel like they give such a good, like, yeah, they have different perspectives for sure.
Yeah.
But
and
overall,
I feel like they're valid. Well, it's cooler listening to them because they were in that position.
Yeah. It is cool because we can say whatever we want, obviously, but like, we've never been in this situation. No. And we know that none of this is that serious. Remember that, please.
No,
be kind.
It's fun. We're having fun. We're having fun.
But I am excited for Traitors to be over because I'm ready for spring summer TV. We have so many fun. I'm ready for a shift.
Yes.
Right. I don't want Traitors anymore. I want love.
I'm ready for some drama, some love triangles.
Yeah. I feel like we have some people that only maybe listen to our Traitors recaps, but we're gonna have a lot of fun things this summer.
Yeah.
I think we should still do our one Love is Blind episode.
Oh yeah.
Even though I might have to go rewatch some things because I did skip through quite a lot.
No, I actually have like a lot to say.
Oh, you do?
Love Island. Yes.
You mean Love is Blind?
Yes.
Did I say Love Island? I don't even know.
I don't know now. I don't know why I always confuse the two.
It's been a long season. We're
yeah.
tired. And then Bachelorette starts. I know
Also have a lot to say about
a
that.
lot of people probably don't watch that, but we have Taylor Frankie Paul, who I don't really know, but seems like she's going to bring in a lot of newness to the Bachelor franchise.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So we're going to have an episode coming out soon as well, before the season starts, where we go through the cast, and also we're going to make a bingo card so that we can have some fun.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, so if you have any ideas for a Bachelorette bingo card, put them in the comments, because I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah. And then summer, like, then we have
Oh my gosh, so much in the
we
summer.
have Love Island, where our King Rob came from. And Mora.
True. Just until June though. Still
That's
a while for
June.
that.
I know. But I think we should watch Big Brother this year.
When does it usually start? Beginning of summer?
Yeah. So if
I've
there's any
never
Big
watched Big
Brother,
Brother,
if there's any
so-
Big Brother fans in the comments, let us know as well.
Yeah.
Or any shows that you think we can recap, because we have a lot of time.
Too much time on our hands.
As you can tell by this hour and a half conversation about one episode, we have a lot of time on our hands.
Yes. But we love it. We're having
Yes.
so much fun.
And thank you for listening. If you've been with us this whole season, we've loved seeing everyone's opinions. Yeah, it's just been fun, and we appreciate your support. We hope you stick around for some of our other recaps. Definitely subscribe or follow us if you don't already, to make sure that you don't miss any of our future episodes. And yeah, I think that's really it.
You're so good at this.
Guys, I'm an official podcaster.
you YouTuber or something?
Yeah.
Well, happy Friday, everyone. Enjoy the
Yes.
rest of your day.
And congrats to our winner, Rob.
Yeah, I guess we should put that in there. Catch you later.
Bye.